Hello, traders. So in the last session I had a conversation about something called chance of profit or probability of profit. It's this number right here. And I talked about how that number is simply a mathematical formula that's based on the normal move of the underlying. It does not factor in a whole bunch of things, such as it does not factor in technical analysis. Where are we on a chart, and does that chart look bullish or bearish? That will certainly have an impact on the overall chance of profit. It's not going to change the number here, but as traders, if we know something is bullish and we have on a bullish trade that has a 50% pop, according to our platform, we know our odds are actually much better than that. Also doesn't factor in fundamentals at all. If a company has very strong fundamentals, maybe it's undervalued based on those fundamentals. That's also bullish. So we as traders can factor that in on top of whatever the number here might be. Now, something else that's not taken into account on a trade when we look at this very initial chance of profit or probability of profit. So that is this structure right here as it exists today. And this number, by the way, is a dynamic number. As the market moves, this percent chance is going to go up and down. If the market continues to move against this trade, for example, moving higher, that number is going to drop. Another thing that can impact that chance of profit or probability of profit is me as an options trader adjusting my trade. This is probably the most critical factor in my mind. Many people come in, they model up a trade, they look at that chance of profit, they either like it or they don't like it. As many of you probably know, one of my absolute favorite trades is the butterfly trade. And that butterfly trade, when you model it up initially, it looks like it's got about a 45 or 50% chance of profit. However, it doesn't factor in how I adjust that trade during its life cycle. To give you an example, right now this has a 50% chance of profit. If I simply do an adjustment and move one of these wings, I can get that chance of profit significantly higher just through making an adjustment in that trade. So the bottom line here is when I put on a trade, if it has a specific percent chance of profit, I want to know that. That's an interesting number to have a handle on. But at the same time, I'm not going to let that be the make or break as to whether I put this trade on, because at the end of the day, as an options trader, I know how to adjust my trades. And while it may start off with a 50% chance of profit or a 40% or a 60% chance of profit, I know in most of my trades, if the market goes against me, I can bring that chance of profit back in or even higher than where it started. So that's the second main thing that isn't really factored into the chance of profit or probability of profit at the time I put the trade on. So at the end of the day, don't let that chance of profit be the end-all be-all for your decision on when to enter a trade. So hopefully that all made sense. As always, if anyone has any questions or comments, feel free to ping me below. Also, if you like this sort of content, please give me a like, a subscribe, a big thumbs up. Thank you so much. Take care.